So the DA made an ad showing the South African flag burning, and people have been going bananas about it. They have been going crazy about it. The SABC rejects the ad and will not be showing it. So I had to find that ad and check the flag out and see why so many people were talking about it. Welcome to Citizen Concerned, where we remind you to beware of the comrades. I'm Katlego. Please like and share the video and subscribe to our channel. So what we chose to do here is actually check out the election ads for the top 3 political parties of South Africa. First the ANC, then the EFF, and then the DA flag ad. Here's the ANC ad.
Fellow South Africans, it's been 30 years since we took our first steps to freedom. Since then, as South Africans, we've restored our people's dignity together. We've made progress in meeting the basic needs of our people. Millions more people now have access to housing, water, sanitation, energy, communication, education, and an improving social security system. We are putting South Africa to work by investing in our people to ensure that no one is left behind. We are renewing our state institutions and turning the tide on corruption together. We are building safer communities and working towards universal access to healthcare for all. We are building our industries and infrastructure. We are promoting equity and transformation for an inclusive economy. We have achieved our biggest victories together. We are building a better Africa and a better world. So let's do more together. Vote ANC.
So the ANC is going to try to milk the Mandela image and the Mandela name for as long as it takes, using Mandela to legitimize their incompetencies. Maybe that works on some people. And then they talk about meeting the basic needs of our people while showing a clean residential area. Look at these people. They're showing us the best parts of the country as if we don't know about the worst parts of South Africa. They brag about water and electricity. These are all things that have gotten worse over time, and yet they show plugs and kettles as if there is no load shedding. Well, now there hasn't been load shedding, but we all know that's for the elections. Restructuring state institutions and turning the tide on corruption, he says. But a man who receives millions in bribes is a minister in his government. He himself is found to be putting US dollars that illegally entered the country inside furniture. Even claims to be building safer communities. Where are these safer communities? Security companies are thriving because of the crimes rising in South Africa. Where are these safer communities? These are all lies to make life look rosy and nice when things are actually very bad. Load shedding, dirty water, entrepreneurs getting rich, education is poor, healthcare is poor, trains are not functioning anymore. And they want us to vote for them after all that. They are the problem. They want to take credit for achieving so little. There is more unemployment now than ever before. Families are breaking down. Foreigners are taking over our country through various illegal activities, including drugs, building hijacking, and selling of counterfeit goods and expired goods. This ad is a lie, and it doesn't represent our true experiences and true feelings as citizens. That's a fail for me. You are showing us the cleanest and nicest areas as if that's the majority state of things in South Africa. Ah, what a joke. Okay, next up we have the EFF ad. Here we go.
Corrupt activities,
power cuts,
money laundering, 51 million rand tender.
shedding.
Cyril Ramaphosa may have violated the constitution.
How long are we going to complain about the same things?
Joblessness figures hit a record high.
the recent data on unemployment is disappointing.
Too long have we tolerated corruption in jobs and jobs for favors. Vuka, vela, vota. How long are we going to live like this? Existing without the land? Vuka, vela, vota. Why have we normalized complaining about the dark? In the dark. Vuka, vela, vota.
The affected students remain in the hallways and on the grounds of the East.
They promised us free education in 1994. 30 years later, all they've delivered is a corrupt NSFAS and a broken education system. On May 29th, Election Day, vote EFF. Choose jobs, choose land, fight against load shedding. Vuka, vela, vota.
You must be counted, you must be part of history, you must make sure that you are one of the people who are going to deliver economic freedom in our lifetime.
Vote EFF.
Wow, that was really nicely done. Very, very cinematic, very well put, and they depict a guy who's trying to use his connections to take advantage of someone. It has been a very common occurrence in South Africa. Jobs for sex, jobs for money. So well done, EFF. That's a reflection of the current reality we have been seeing. So good point. They even show a burning shack and the pain it causes, and then they also share what they want you to vote for. They contrast it against a wealthy neighborhood, and then they even put the load shedding as well as the difficulties associated with load shedding, such as muggings, crime, people dying in hospitals due to load shedding, overcrowding in hospitals. Wow, very nice. Like I even felt the goosebumps. Very nicely done, EFF. I like this one way more than the ANC ad, which made it seem like there's nothing wrong at all. Well done, EFF. Unfortunately, although your ad is dope, your leaders are not. They want to make South Africa a communist country and aspire to be like poverty-stricken Cuba.
We want to be like Cuba and South Africa. We unashamedly want to pursue a progressive socialist agenda.
Your leader was involved in tax evasions, costing SARS tens of millions, and not to mention his alleged involvement in tender corruption. So yeah, man, nice ad, but it's an ad for a rubbish political party, unfortunately. So even with a brilliant ad, do not vote for the EFF. Next up is a DA ad. Here it goes.
In this election, for the first time in 30 years, the ANC will lose its majority, but they will do anything to stay in power. Imagine a coalition between the ANC, the violent EFF, and the Zuma faction. Under this coalition of corruption, life will only get worse. This election is about survival. Unite to rescue South Africa. Vote DA.
Yes, they will do anything to stay in power. That is true. Who knows what anything will be? Oh, and I hear a heartbeat telling us that the country is dying or in a panic. And then the heartbeat stops, symbolizing the death of a country, and the paper flag gets burnt out. Okay, and then the flag comes back to life when they say unite and vote DA. So in their eyes, voting for the DA will bring South Africa back to life. The burning effect will either be reversed or something like that. Okay, so the DA ad was short and sweet. They have just identified what the biggest issue to them is, which is the ANC combining with the EFF and MK. The creativity is meh. ANC had a better looking ad than this. The EFF comes out on top of all the ads. There's no ad that was better than the EFF among these three. They definitely conveyed their message. And now here is President Cyril Ramaphosa to tell us what his problem is. I think he's telling us that there is a bigger meaning here. I notice that a lot of people, including some people who many of us look up to, share the same sentiments shared by President Cyril Ramaphosa.
The flag of our country is a sacred article in the life of our country. It is that flag that unites all of us. It is despicable that a political party can, as it seeks to express itself, go and burn the symbol of our unity, the symbol of our existence as a nation. And I think it is treasonous, because anybody, particularly an organization that does something like that for political expediency, should really be ashamed of themselves, because it is the most despicable political act that anyone can embark upon, particularly when they are campaigning for votes, because you're voting now for a party that wants to destroy South Africa, that wants to destroy the symbol that unites all of us. And what will you be voting for? Because all we want is to build South Africa, to unite the people of South Africa around the flag. People die for the flag of a nation. People, they rally around the flag of a nation. And it is about us. And so they are destroying that unity, that identity that we all have. So it is totally unacceptable.
Mr. Cyril says it's treason to show such an ad. They say the flag is sacred. In my personal opinion, people are angry over a nothing burger. Out of all the things you can be angry over, you get angry over a digital flag. It's not a real flag. It looks to me like it's computer generated. And even if it's not computer generated, it looks like a paper flag. It's made of paper, and at the end of the day, the DA is not saying they will burn the flag. They didn't actually burn an actual flag. They are saying ANC and EFF and MK uniting will result in South Africa burning. Not really burning as to be on fire, but to collapse. The heartbeat means the end of life as you know it. Will it happen if the three parties unite? I don't know, but I suspect it will. That's the truth. And if you have seen my videos, you know why I think that ANC, EFF, and MK will result in the burning of South Africa. So anyway, the burning flag film is a metaphor, not treason, as President Cyril Ramaphosa claims it is. To me, treason is when Cyril Ramaphosa does not remove Zizi Kodwa from parliament. Treason is when Cyril Ramaphosa allows Zizi Kodwa to be a minister.
Over the period May 2015 to February 2016, Zizi Kodwa, who I understand was the ANC spokesman at the time, Chair, received direct payments as well as luxury accommodation with a combined value of more than 2 million rand.
To me, treason is when Cyril Ramaphosa released Zuma from prison saying he's sick when we can clearly see that he's not sick.
The decision to return Zuma to prison followed a Supreme Court of Appeal judgment which upheld a court ruling that releasing Zuma from jail on medical parole in 2021 was unlawful and unconstitutional. Minister Lamola said the former leader immediately benefited from a remission of non-violent offenders approved by President Ramaphosa.
To me, treason is when Zuma allowed the Guptas to control our ministers and loot from our state entities. That is treason. What is sacred? The lives of the people that are dying due to poor services in hospitals are sacred. The lives of the people that have to cross flooded rivers to go to school are sacred. The lives of people who go to bed with no food are sacred. And the fact that the ANC has enriched a few South Africans instead of securing our future is in fact treason.
That I am not a member of any political party. And in fact, I consider it stupid and anti-democratic to belong to any political party. As a voter, you are supposed to be an impartial assessor who uses the vote to reward good governance and punish incompetence and corruption. Now, back to the burning of the flag. Burning a flag associated with an institution is a recognized way of expressing contempt for or disapproval of an institution. Such an act is a very strong statement, which naturally offends all those who hold the institution dear. I can't think of a stronger way of expressing contempt for a country. But the DA never burned any flag. They merely electronically depicted the burning of a flag Nowhere does the DA express approval of the burning process. It is abundantly clear from the advert that the burning flag represents what the Comrade parties are doing to South Africa, of which the DA strongly disapproves. The DA chose the strongest possible way of expressing disapproval of what the Comrade parties are doing to South Africa. It is amazing that Comrade parties and their fellow travelers are so concerned about an electronic image of fire, but when South Africa is being physically set on fire, they never seem to care. Not so long ago, our parliament was set on fire by a vagrant who had set up camp in that building. The people in charge of security never had to even face a disciplinary hearing. The country was burnt down with impunity during the July insurrection. Zuma family members who were instigators were never charged, and a timid so-called inquiry found that the insurrection and the imprisonment of Zuma were unrelated. Electronic flags are considered more valuable than the physical real estate and infrastructure of South Africa. What kind of reasoning is that? Only brains that have been corrupted and rubbished by comrade parties such as the ANC can think like that.
So I think it's okay to have an opinion regarding the burning of a CGI image of a paper flag. You can be offended, but maybe you should also consider being really angry about the real issues, not flags that are not real, not flags that we cannot eat and get salaries from. I would rather have no flag in this country than to have our people die in floods because there are no bridges. Flags are only sacred because we make them sacred, but the lives of our people are sacred because life is sacred. Dignity of our people is sacred, not this cloth made by hand and painted with a dye. Cyril Ramaphosa wants to get serious talking about rubbish issues. A grown man complaining about a CGI image. Seriously, a computer-generated image or a paper flag is what you took time to address while our country is actually really metaphorically burning. High school students are smoking and drinking alcohol. Teenage pregnancies everywhere. Teenage sexually transmitted diseases and massive unemployment. All the corruption in your own party and all the money in your couches, and you want to get the nation angry and worried about a CGI flag? Some men and women really have no sense of what is important. People that are reporting crimes are being murdered in this country. Assassinations of politicians and whistleblowers. Gangsters are bullying construction companies. We actually have people that use violence and intimidation to harass construction projects. They are actually recognized as construction mafias, and you as the president just want to talk about a burning paper flag or CGI flag. Do your job, Mr. President. Citizens, please get these ANC people out of power. We have politicians that are too comfortable and lazy. They just want to collect fat salaries while they complain about silly things. Vote for Action SA, vote for IFP, vote for BOSA or DA or many other parties that are available. It's up to you, but don't vote for these divisive parties that want to talk about issues that keep us separated over silly issues. Anyway, well done to the EFF who made the best ad. It was a brilliant ad, very cinematic. You guys should probably make movies. I might consider watching them if they are free for all. And remember to serve some free popcorn and sodas as well, then I will watch. The DA ad is an okay ad. It was a metaphor that has been turned against the DA for political correctness reasons and all the usual nonsense. The ANC ad was trash, just like the ANC leaders. Share your thoughts on all three ads in the comments below, please. Thank you so much for watching. I'm Katlego. This is Citizen Concerned, and until next time, beware of the comrades.